माइक हटाओ, उठाए माइक हटाओ, इधर ही लाके माइक हटाओ। We are very immensely happy to welcome His Holiness, Most Revered Sri Swami Ramanacharana Tirthaji Maharaj on the auspicious occasion of Sannyasa Diksha Centenary celebrations of Worshipful Gurudev Sri Swami Shivaji Maharaj. And today we concluded the branch representative meeting. Today, during night satsang, he used to give his blessings, and tomorrow, day after tomorrow, during the spiritual conference also, between 3:30 to 4:30 p.m., he is going to bless us with his illuminating discourses and blessing. We are very, very happy to receive him at the abode of Worshipful Gurudev. We are thankful so that get his illuminating discourse and spiritual guidance on the path of spiritual sadhana and also spirit of renunciation. Hari Om Swami.
ऋषिभ्यः हरिः ओम्। यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो न नपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्टान्तेव सदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वेदान्तार्थविभासकायेतये शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्टात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयम्. Swamiji, that echo is coming too much. Reflections. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. शिवं शिवकरं शान्तं शिवात्मानं शिवोत्तमं शिवमार्गप्रणेतारं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदा शिवम्. With pranams to Swami Shivanji Maharaj, and all Mahatmas who are assembled here, and also pranams to all devotees who are here. It's a very rare, blessed occasion where we are here, we have assembled here to celebrate, or rather we can say to contemplate on Shivanji Maharaj's renunciation, tyaga, sannyasa. Before also, in one of our satsangs, I've shared here that when Swamiji used to say that every divine personality represents one aspect of the divine, he is the avatara of that. Like that, we can say Swami Shivanji Maharaj is the avatara of sannyasa. Because Swamiji gave so much importance to that Paramahamsa Dharma, Sannyasa Ashrama. Today, as Swamiji told, we are just having a very casual satsang. And every satsang is a reminder to us to go back to our own source. Our mind is constantly going out to bring it back and make it abide in the source, in the self. You need the force of vairagya and also the presence of a realized being, which we call satsang. In Srimad Bhagavatam is called as Paramahamsa Samhita. It is the Samhita of Paramahamsas. So Bhagavatam in the Ekadasha Skanda, there is a prescription. Just as you go to a doctor and he gives you a prescription like that, when you go to a master, a guru, he also gives you a prescription. Like that, in the Navayogi Upakhyana, the Prabuddha Yogeshwara gives a prescription. Adau manasaha asangam sangam cha sadhushu. This is the prescription. First you create a space inside where you move away from your own mind. We are so much identified with the mind. In Patanjali's diagnoses it as vritti sarupyam, identifying with every thought, with every emotion. And that is the problem. So the beginning of yoga is you first get the insight that I am not the mind. The mind is not me. So you just move away from the mind. That itself is very difficult. About 20 years back, the well-known saint Swami Ranganathanji, he came to Kerala, Thrissur, and I was near him at that time. And one devotee came to him and said, Swamiji Maharaj, I am getting so much angry. I am not able to control anger. What should I do? Then Swamiji said, you should be able to watch the anger when it arises. You should move away from anger and look at anger as an object. You should be the sakshi. It is a drishya vastu. You should not identify with it. And that person said, Swamiji, it is very difficult. I have tried it many times. It is not easy. Okay, then I will prescribe you the second option. Whenever you get angry, put 5 rupees in the temple hundiyal. He said, you put 5 rupees. That time it was 1980s. After 1 year, when I saw that devotee, I asked, how is your anger happening now? He said, it has become very costly. So now I have started seeing anger from a distance. Now I am not identifying with anger, because the thing is, I have found that anger is, for him, money is very valuable. So he found that it costs. It is costly. So he gave importance to moving away from that emotion. Like that, when you value your spiritual life, it is a very serious thing. When you know that ignorance costs too much, ignorance of the self is very costly. It can cost your life, it can cost your peace of mind, you can lose everything. And it leads you to great vyasana, dukkha. Sarvatra jantoho vyasanavagatya. That vyasanavagati comes. So there a space is created, and you cannot do it always. So you need sangam cha sadhushu. That satsanga is needed. Outwardly you need a powerful presence. Somebody asked Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, how can we recognize a saint, a sage, an illumined being? And Maharshi said, how to recognize a realized soul. To this, he said, of course, outwardly you can see the same-sightedness, but the sure sign is when you are in his presence, without much effort, the mind becomes quite peaceful. That is the sure sign by which you can identify an illumined sage. In his presence, naturally, whatever may be the bhava of that Muni, whether if he is a great devotee, that devotion will happen in you. If he is a Mauni, a Jnani, in his presence your mind will become quiet. So this happens in the satsang. That is why Shankaracharya said step by step, satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nishalatatvam, nishalatatve jivan mukti. That satsanga leads one to liberation, jivan mukti. While you are in the physical body, the last step of satsanga, the first step is you just move away from your mind. There is a little peace in you. Shama is there. And next is nirmohatva. The delusion is gone. You no more consider that the body is me. I am not the body, I am not the mind. At least you get a glimpse that I am the self within. Then slowly nishala tattva. When the mind has nothing to hold, no Vishaya Vasana, it just naturally comes to that samadhi, that quietude. That Nishalata happens inside. Tushnim Bhava, that Mauna happens inside. And the recognition of the inner one, the self as bodiless, mindless, Upadhi, which is beyond all Upadhi, that jnana happens, and that is Jivan Mukti here while in the body, but the body is only for the others. For the jnani, there is no sharira also. So that happens by contact with a sage. So actually, this jnanam is sannyasa. So this is our subject for all the days. Jnanam sannyasa lakshanam. Shankaracharya in the beginning of Gita Bhashyam quotes this as Jnanam sannyasa lakshanam. When Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni asked Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi about all the ashramas, Maharshi spoke about Brahmacharya, Garhastya, Vanaprastha, only 3 ashramas, not the 4th ashrama. Then he asked about 4th ashrama. Then he said, Tapasa Dagdha Papasya Pakvachittasya Yoginaha Turiyashramaha Kale Swayameva Bhavishyati. When a person becomes mature, just as a fruit, it becomes ripe, it falls. Nigama kalpataroho galitam phalam. That is the Paramahamsa Ashrama. When a person becomes pure, when he realizes his real nature, naturally he becomes a sannyasi. He becomes a Paramahamsa. So that is a natural ending of all the ashramas. The Turiya ashrama is the, actually he goes out of the ashrama. In Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, Atyashramibhyah provacha. The Upadesha is given to those who went out of all ashramas. So that is Sannyasa Ashrama. And Maharshi also spoke in the same line. He said, Sannyaso nirmalam jnanam kashayo nacha mundanam. That kashaya mundana is also the outer sannyasa, but the real sannyasa is nirmalam jnanam. So atma jnana is sannyasa. That is the sign of a sadhu, the vidvat sannyasi. So okay, now is sannyasa needed for jnana? We have already given the answer, because jnana is sannyasa. In the Aitareya Bhashya, Shankaracharya says, jnanam sannyasa lakshanam means jnana is with the lakshana of sannyasa. The very sign of a jnani is sannyasa, because the example that he gives is, a blind person needs a stick to walk, but a person who has eyes, he no more needs a stick. Like that, the illumined person no more needs this outward dharma. He, by his very intelligence, finds that many things that the worldly person needs, he don't need, because he is walking in light. So it is the natural conclusion of a good life. And we see in Swami Shivanji Maharaj, see a little bit of Shastra. The traditional Mimamsakas, they say sannyasa is acceptable, but not for intelligent people, not for people who are healthy. Those who have become old, crippled, and those who cannot do any rituals, for them, let them take this ashrama, this sannyasa ashrama. Aikashramyam tu acharyaha. This is a smriti, Dharma Shastra, Dharma Sutra. So this, in Brahma Sutra Bhashya, there is a vichara about this. And Shankaracharya comes to the conclusion that that sannyasa ashrama is very much prescribed in the Upanishads, not for Pangu and Andha, the crippled and blind, but for a very intelligent person, a viveki. So sannyasa ashrama is not simply for a person when he becomes very old he takes sannyasa. No. That is also there. Brahmacharyat grihi bhavet, grihi bhutva vani bhavet, vani bhutva pravrajet, athava brahmacharyadeva grihadva vanadva. This is the general going is brahmacharyat grihi bhavet. From brahmacharya ashrama he goes to grihastha ashrama. From grihastha ashrama he goes to vanaprastha ashrama. From vanaprastha ashrama he goes to sannyasa ashrama. In Apastamba Sutra it says acharya kulam garhastham vanaprastham maunam. They give the name Maunam for sannyasa ashrama. So it's a different name. It's Maunam. So that fourth ashrama is there. A person who is qualified for that ashrama with Parama Vairagya can enter that ashrama directly from Brahmacharya ashrama. Many great beings did that, like Shankaracharya, Ramana Maharshi, Swami Vivekananda. Many took to sannyasa ashrama from their younger days. But there were mighty spiritual masters who came to sannyasa ashrama from grihastha ashrama. For example, in the past also Sureshwaracharya himself, amongst all the four disciples of Shankaracharya, he is considered as the Acharya by all the matas. They say he is our first Matadipati. Puri people also say that, Sringeri people also say that, Kanchi people also say that he is our Matadipati, first Matadipati. So he was a Grihastha in his former ashram. And Vidyaranya, the great sage Vidyaranya Swami also, many say that he came to sannyasa ashrama from Grihastha ashrama. There is another argument also, which is Shivanji Maharaj also had a former life, and from there with tremendous vairagya, immense vairagya, Swamiji came to sannyasa ashrama. And he was a doctor, very, you can see even as a sannyasi he served devotees as a doctor also. So much of that medical profession was there inside him, that dharma was there inside him, that service attitude was there inside him. Still, what made him seek this path of renunciation? This is our question now. Shivanji Maharaj was born in the family of a great sage. If you go to Advaita tradition, Shankaracharya, and in that parampara, in the scholarly tradition, that Brahma Sutra Bhashya, if you see Bhamati tradition is there, Vivarana Sampradaya is there, and there you find Appaya Dikshidhar appearing. Appaya Dikshidhar's commentary for the commentary. So Appaya Dikshidhar himself was a great sage. In that family, Shivanji Maharaj was born. And he should have had a very traditional life in his younger days. Very devout life. Swamiji is not speaking much about his former life in his autobiography also. We know that he was a doctor in Malaysia, and there also he used to do bhajans, do kirtana. And something happened in his life which just blazed forth as vairagya. He was in his 40s. There was that fire of vairagya which arose in him. He left everything. He has travelled a lot in India at that time. Then he arrived here just now before coming only. When devotee was telling, he arrived here May 31st, and on 1st he had sannyasa. That Swami Vishveshwara, Vishwatmananda Saraswati, he just gave sannyasa to Dr. Kupaswami. He must have been so ripe. We do not know who this Vishwatmananda Swami is later on. Perhaps Ishvara himself came and gave him sannyasa and just disappeared. We do not know many who inspired great sages. In Ramana Maharshi's life, you see, when he was a boy, some relative came, and this boy Venkatraman went to him and asked, "Where are you coming from?" He said, "Arunachalam." And this boy stood in samadhi, and that was the opening. Later on, even after recognizing him as a great sage, even after writing his story, biography also, nobody has inquired who this person is. We call it as Rishi Moolam, the source of Rishi. We do not know. Like that, Shivanji Maharaj's guru also, who gave him sannyas, he just gave him sannyas and went away. Because the moment he saw Dr. Kupaswami, he must have recognized this is a great treasure house. Because Swamiji was already a Purna. Even in Malaysia, I have heard a story that people loved him so much as a doctor, but very aristocratic people, they will not invite him to party, receptions, because he will come with the harmonium and start doing Nama Sankirtana. So one of his friends, for his marriage or something, they did not deliberately, they did not invite Dr. Kupaswami. But in the crowd, they heard the harmonium and started chanting the Kirtana also. They saw he is sitting there. And he said, "You are my very close friend. Doesn't matter whether you invite me or not, I have come." And of course, when they did not invite him, we know what might be the cause, because the way they have to conduct the function is totally worldly, but he converted it as a Nama Sankirtana Mela. So this nature was there in him. And before sannyasa only he has travelled a lot, and I have heard a very beautiful incident that he came to Tiruvannamalai and saw Ramana Maharshi only then, before his sannyas, before coming here. There only then he has seen Bhagavan Maharshi, that he used to stand outside that room and used to wash the feet of every devotee. So the preparation was all done before he arrived here. The moment he arrived here on the bank of Ganga, Bhagavan Ishvara decided, Yadahareva virajet tadahareva pravrajet. He has come here as a parivrat, as a vidwan. So he was given sannyasa. And after that, we know about Swamiji's Tapasya, the way he did tapas here. And I have heard he was of course in Swargashram, but here in the hill he had the vision of Krishna. The exact spot where we have Vishwanath Mandir. So there he had the vision of the divine. The Ishtadevata Darshana is a part of even Advaita tradition also we have. Before Vedanta Shravana you should have Ishtadevata Darshana. So that is true Advaita Parampara means you should have Shastra Jnana, you should have Upasana, Karma Vishuddhi, Upasana, then Vedanta Shravana. And the fruit of Upasana is Ishtadevata Darshana. Whatever may be your Ishtadevata, in Advaita Parampara some people have Narasimha Upasana, some have Shiva Puja, some have Krishna. Many traditions are there. Upasana Vaividhya is there. But the Jnana is same. So after that, Swamiji very well established as a Jivan Mukta, as a Brahmanishta, started his spiritual journey. And I have narrated many times, first disciple who wanted to take sannyasa from him, when he came, Swamiji just locked him inside a room, the bathroom, and went in search for a barber. Later on he said, I was afraid before the barber arrives he might change his idea. So I don't want to lose. So Swamiji brought a barber, then so he has given sannyasa to so many people. One story I have narrated last time also. One elderly person known to me in Tiruvannamalai, his father, he came here to see Swami Shivaji Maharaj with some other devotees. While they were about to leave, Swamiji called this person and said, now your dharmas are over? He said, yes, everything. Why don't you take sannyas? Then that person was not even ready, he was not even expecting such a question. Then spontaneously the reply came, he said, Swamiji, if you are ready to give, I will take. His wife had passed away. His children were all grown up. So Swamiji gave him sannyas, and he was of course already practicing yoga. So he went back, a place very much near the village where this body is born. So there he stayed in a separate room in his agricultural land. There he will practice his yoga and japa and anushtana and stay there, and had a very grand death. That story I have already told before. So to him, Swami just gave sannyasa like giving chocolate. Somebody is going, give chocolate like that, he gave sannyasa and he went away. But that was proved right. He stayed alone, did tapasya and dropped his body there. So after that, Swamiji knows very well Jnanananda Saraswati in Kerala. He was a great saint, great Mahatma with whom Padmanabhan Swamiji has had association for many, many years. And Jnanananda Swami, when he heard about Swami Shivananda, he walked from Kerala to Rishikesh. On the way begging, taking food here and there, begging. He arrived here. And here Shivanji Maharaj, when he saw him, he found out that he is a very mature person. So Swamiji gave him sannyas, then gave him money and said, go back to Kerala and do Bhagavata Saptaham. He was a very scholarly Swami and very motherly person, very saintly. In fact, the way he conducts Bhagavata Saptaham is, he will himself cook food for many devotees. 500, 600 people will come. He will cook food. He will also serve. And along with that, he will read Bhagavatam. Full Bhagavatam, he will read and he will give discourse also. And he was also like Swamiji, giving. And he has constructed so many ashrams and left so many ashrams. The moment he finds he cannot stay, he will just leave that place and go. The last ashram was in Kanyakumari district. I think in 1996 or somewhere around that period, I went to see Jnanananda Saraswati Swami in Palakkad. So when he saw me, there was the oxygen mask, everything in his face. He just caught hold of my hand. He wanted to give me something. He was searching for fruit. He could not get anything. Then he said, give me some money. The person near him, he had only 20 rupees. So he took the 20 rupees and gave it to me. He had to give something, so he gave the 20 rupees. I am keeping it. So that nature of Shivanandaji Maharaj, of giving, it just, it was contagious. So this great saint of our times, who had so innumerable disciples and so many books on yoga, bhakti, jnana and sannyasa also. Swamiji is a real avatara of renunciation. As the Vedas says, nyasa eva tere chayat. Renunciation is the highest. It is the greatest tapasya. Nyasa yesham tapasam adiriktamahu. Nyasa is the greatest tapas. Greatest tapas is not doing something, it is giving up. Somebody asked that Kanchi Paramacharya, Chandrasekharendra Saraswati, he asked, what should I do to attain jnanam? And Swami said, don't ask what should I do, ask me what you should give up. Not doing, giving up is the only thing that is needed. So the real tapasya is in giving up. Nyasa yesham tapasam atiriktamahu. So this Sannyasa Ashrama was like a fire with Swamiji Maharaj. Recently I heard a talk of Swami Chinmayanji. he came here to Swamiji as Balakrishna Menon as a journalist. He himself says, I went there to write about the bluffs that they are propagating and tell the world that these people are all bluffing. There is nothing spiritual here. So I went there to Shivananda Ashram and stayed there for some days, and after some days, I was startled to see how the mind is working, because I have started thinking about sannyasa. I have started thinking about taking sannyasa seriously. Then I told myself it is not right. I should not succumb to this. So I went to Badrinath to do tapasya to remove this thought from my mind. The tapasya to give up sannyasa, to escape from sannyasa. I wanted to escape from this thought because this thought has possessed me. So I didn't want to do that. But at last, you see what has happened to me. Where it has landed me. So, the fire of sannyasa was like fire in Swamiji Maharaj. The vairagya element was like a fire in him. And many people have questioned why Swamiji is giving sannyasa so liberally. That was his compassion. As I spoke about Jnanananda Saraswati Swami, he also used to give sannyasa to many. And one devotee asked him, Swamiji, why are you doing this? Many of them are not qualified. You are giving sannyasa to them. See, what is the use? He will do everything that is not good for this ashrama. Then Jnanananda Swami said, let him try to do that. And in those days, Swamiji said, if public, other people, if they see him in a cinema theater, they will beat him. So that is the use of it. At least that will happen. So that was Swamiji's answer for that. So, but seriously we have to, because it's a very, very, very profound subject. As we said, sannyasa is jnanam, and jnanam alone is sannyasa. And vividisha sannyasa is only a preparation for that. A person can attain realization from vividisha sannyasa also, from brahmacharya ashrama also, grihastha ashrama also, vanapastha ashrama also. That attainment of jnana alone matters, and that is real sannyasa, for which there is no substitute. So that is what the Shruti says, na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amritatvamana. Neither by karma, nor by wealth, nor by progeny one attains fulfillment, one attains amritatva, the immortality. One can attain that only by tyaga, by total renunciation. But so many family people are here, so if we speak too much about renunciation, sannyasa, they will be afraid. About 15, 16 years back in Ananda Ashrama, there was a special function like this. That was, the talk was on Bhagavatam, and the subject was Brahma Gita. That Brahmara Gita, the Gopikas, they say, whoever hears this Krishna's stories, Sagridadana vidhuta dvandvadam dharma vinashtaha Bahava vihangaha bhikshucharyam charanti. Even listening once to this divine story, it is just like drinking a little bit of nectar. And many, by listening to Bhagavata, Sakridadana, even once, have left this family life, worldly life, and are wandering about as Bhikshucharyam charanti. Like the birds that break loose from a cage and fly in the sky, open sky. Like that, they have become Jivan Muktas, they are becoming liberated beings and moving about. So at that time, I was myself in Grihastha Ashrama. So I was speaking about this, and Sachidananda Swamiji, after the talk, inside the room, he was speaking to me. Muktan Swami was also there near me. And so Sachidananda Swami said, see, if you speak like this, these people will go back to their home today evening itself. They will be afraid because, okay, this story is true, this meaning is true. If you listen to Bhagavatam, Bhikshucharyam charanti. But people don't like that kind of renunciation, too much renunciation. They need only, the word that Swamiji used is, they need only via media. Not fully God. They want God also and world also. Of course, that is not possible, but we have to say that in the beginning. You can have world, you can have God, you can have both, everything. Once you start enjoying this divine inebriation, then naturally what has to happen will happen. One disciple of Ramana Maharshi, Muruganar, he came and saw Bhagavan Ramana, and he could not resist this fire of renunciation. So every Saturday he will come, and Sunday he had to go back to Chennai. He will walk to railway station and come back. And again they will send him back, he will go to railway station and come back. And one day he jumped from the train. He could not go. And then Maharshi used to arrange a devotee to take him to railway station, put him inside the train and see that he goes to his house. But at last he could not. At last he left everything and came and was staying with Maharshi. And he has written in his songs that in the very first look, in Tamil he says, for many, many births, I was in delusion. I was in deep delusion by believing this treacherous Maya. And he, my Lord, by one look gave me that supreme state of jnana and made me abide in that state. It's a very beautiful Tamil song where he says, Nambattahada Poinyalathai Nambi Shambaramadundu Shiva Shampadattai Naan Izhandhen Yen Piravit Tunbamara Meettanakku Nalgudi Nalgi Emberuman and the Perinba Viyar Shampadame. That Lord came to my life and gave me that glorious state. He gave me that state and I was established in that. So after that, he just came to ashram. After some days, one day he came to Bhagavan and said, his face was very gloomy, and Maharshi asked him what happened. He said, ashram authorities, they are saying that I cannot take food from here every day. What to do? The only way is I have to take bhiksha. He said this with so much complaining tone. Bhagavan looked at him with so much delight. That is very good. He said, taking bhiksha is very good. And he trained him how to take bhiksha, where to take bhiksha. And Bhagavan also added and said, see, even Arunachaleshwara, Shiva himself was a beggar in the streets. So why not you? Shiva himself has begged. So why not you? Go and beg. So he went and took bhiksha. And one day he came with a big jackfruit in his hand and gave it in the kitchen. He didn't say why. Maharshi went to kitchen and said, oh, so much of jackfruit smell is coming. I think it is Muruganar's mother's Shraddha. Right? Yes. Vasana. Vasana in Tamil means smell. It also means Vasana. So he said Vasana. So the Vasana is still there. That fell down. And one day he came there without shika. The shika was removed. Then Maharshi looked at him, oh, that is gone. Good. And another day, the Yajnopavita was gone. That is also gone. Good. There was no giving sannyasa. Sannyasa was happening. It was just flowering inside. So it is not like that one cloth is given and Upadesha is given. The Anubhuti is given in the very beginning. Then slowly the outer sannyasa happens. Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchidartha Sannyasa Yogadi Yataya Shuddha Sattvaha. This Vedanta Vijnana is inward. This Sannyasa Yoga is this giving up, this renunciation of the outer. That can happen gradually. Vidyaranya Swami in Jivan Mukti Viveka says, Tattvajnana will come, then Vasanakshaya and Manonasha. Slowly, gradually giving up, and the person finds absolute establishment in that state. So this is also one option. So we can, from tomorrow onwards, we can see various sides of this ashrama. Of course, as I said, so many family people are here, but still we should find some occasion to talk this also. So we will see. Of course, we should remember that the real sannyasa is anasakti inside. Once one devotee asked Ramana Maharshi, should I not renounce everything? And the Maharshi gave a very beautiful reply. He said, the inner self has renounced everything already. You know the self, then you know that you are not touched by anything. You are asangohyayam purusha. The purusha is ever asanga. So the real sannyasa can happen by jnana, and it is possible that one person can be like Janaka also, living in the world, very active, detached, abiding in the jnanam. That is also possible. So you need not be afraid about this ashrama, because this ashrama is needed for many other purposes, like the acharya sthana and full-time devotion to spirituality, for the preservation of upasana, bhakti, jnana, everything, vairagya, this Paramahamsya Ashrama is needed. As Vidvat Sannyasa also needed, Vividisha Sannyasa is also needed, but it is not for all. In Sringeri, Nrisimha Bharati Swami was a great monk, great sage. He had a disciple. The disciple was a brahmachari and a very learned person, virakta, very dispassionate and very pure, a great upasaka, shastrajna. And one day Swamiji asked him, see, so many people have taken sannyasa. You are a ripe person, you are a mature person, why you are not taking? And that person said, Acharya, as long as I am a brahmachari, the moment I see a sannyasi, I think about sannyasi, so much of energy comes inside my mind. And there is a dream of sannyasa in me, but I fear the moment I take sannyasa it will go. So I don't want to do that, lose that. So such people are also there. In Brahmacharya Ashrama also they continue with that kind of vairagya. Inwardly they are sannyasis. So in Grihastha Ashrama also I have seen many people with a very big family and very detached, and they are also have great jnana also there, jnana balam is there, so it is possible. And whomever Bhagavan decides that he should have this sannyasa ashrama, it will happen. So we will continue this talk from tomorrow. We have to see sannyasa ashrama from the side of Shruti and then from the side of Smriti, and also practically how it is happening now. So these things we will take from tomorrow. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hara Namah Parvati Pataye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Yato Mamatma Bhavasi Tvameva, Tato Navachyam Mama Kinchidasti, Yathataveshtam Kurumam Tathaiva Tvam Atmanatham Ramanam.
We are grateful and thankful to our most revered His Holiness Sri Swami Ramanacharana Tirthaji Maharaj for giving us illuminating talk with homely analogies so that it will go more deep into our own hearts about the spirit of renunciation and importance of renunciation in every aspect of practical way of life. Now, on this auspicious occasion of Sannyasa Diksha centenary celebration of worship of Gurudev Sri Swami Shivaji Maharaj, the Yoga Vedanta Forest Academy Press, under the personal supervision of our most revered Sri Swami Padmanabhanji Maharaj, they are printing books to be released. The first book is The Ideal of Renunciation by Swami Shivananda Maharaj, printed on the sacred occasion of Sannyasa Diksha celebration of Worshipful Gurudev Sri Swami Shivananda Maharaj. That this is serial number 1. There are many books going to be released. This is the first book. Beautiful picture of Gurudev Swami Shivananda in the spirit of sannyasa clothes. The second book is Swami Shivananda Says. This also, on this occasion, Swami Shivaji Maharaj, series number 2, what Gurudev Swami Shivananda says. This is also beautiful picture of Gurudev. Tomorrow's program will be Sannyasa Diksha centenary celebrations of Gurudev Swami Shivaji Maharaj, spiritual conference from 29th May 2024 to 31st May 2024 at Shivananda Satsang Bhavan Auditorium. The program for 29th May will be Day 1, inaugural session and conference session number 1. This to be conducted Sri Swami Tyagavairaganji Maharaj. The program will commence from 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. Jai Ganesha prayer, 9:15 to 9:20 a.m. Deepa Prajwalana, 9:20 to 9:30 a.m. Welcome address by Sri Swami Yoga Swarupanandaji, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. discourse in Hindi by Param Pujya Sri Swami Divyananda Saraswati Maharaj, Acharya Mahamandaleswar, Sri Kailas Ashram Brahma Vidyapit Rishikesh. From 10:30 to 10:45 a.m. summing up and concluding prayer. The conference session number 2, afternoon session, will be to be conducted by Sri Swami Tyagavairaganji Maharaj. The program starts from 3:15 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Jai Ganesha prayer. 3:30, 4:30 p.m. discourse in English by Sri Swami Ramanacharana Tirthaji Maharaj. He was known as formerly Nochur Venkatramanji, Tiruvannamalai. 4:30 to 4:45 p.m. summing up and bhajans. 4:45 to 5:45 p.m. discourse in English by Param Pujya Sri Swami Atma Priyananji Maharaj, Sri Ramakrishna Mission, Belur Mutt, Calcutta. 5:45 to 6 p.m. summing up and concluding prayer. Night satsang will be 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Jai Ganesh prayer, Guru Stotra, Bhagavad Gita Path and cultural program. Om. Let us offer prayers for universal peace and welfare of all beings. ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नित्यशुद्धं निराभासं निराकारं निरञ्जनं नित्यबोधं चिदानन्दं गुरुं ब्रह्म नमाम्यहम्। निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये निष्प्रपञ्चाय शान्ताय निरालम्बाय तेजसे। ओम शरवण भव शरवण भव शरवण भव पाहि मां। कार्तिकेय 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 रक्ष मां। वेल्मुरुगा 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 पाहि मां। वेलायुधा 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 रक्ष मां। हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। शंकराचार्य 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 पाहि मां। भगवत्पाद 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 रक्ष मां। सद्गुरुदेव 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 पाहि मां। शिवानंद 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 रक्ष मां। ओम तत्सत् ओम तत्सत् ओम तत्सत् ओम ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम। राम 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 राम। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। हरिः ओम्। सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, विश्वनाथ भगवान की जय, कार्तिकेय भगवान की जय, शंकराचार्य महाराज की जय, सद्गुरु स्वामी शिवानंद महाराज की जय, सब संतन की जय, सनातन धर्म की जय, सब धर्मों की जय, दिव्य नाम भगवान की जय, गंगा मैया की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। अभी आरती होगा। स्वामी जी अद्वैतानंद महाराज, अद्वैतानंद स्वामी, संदीप को
जय जय आरते विघ्न विनायक विघ्न विनायक श्री गणेश जय जय आरते सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम कार्तिकेय जय जय आरते वेणुगोपाल वेणुगोपाल वेणुलोल पाप विदूर नवनीता चोर जय जय आरते वेंकटरमण वेंकटरमण संकटहरण सीताराम राधे श्याम जय जय आरती गौरी मनोहर गौरी मनोहर भवानी शंकर सांब सदा शिव उमा महेश्वर जय जय आरती राजराजेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी त्रिपुरा सुंदरी महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली महाशक्ति जय जय आरती आंजनेय आंजनेय हनुमंत जय जय आरती शनैश्चराय शनैश्चराय भास्कराय जय जय आरती दत्तात्रेय दत्तात्रेय त्रिमूर्ति अवतार जय जय आरती सद्गुरुनाथ सद्गुरुनाथ शिवानंद जय जय आरती वेणुगोपाल ओम राजाधिराजाय प्रशयसायिने नमो वयं वैश्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वैश्रवण ददातु कुबेराय वैश्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः ओम न तत्र सूर्यवाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युत भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव वान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य वासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ओम गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी नमस्तभ्यो नमो नमः ओम स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यं परिपालयन्ता न्यायेन मार्गेण मयि महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यं स्वमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षन्तु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षवरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अशुभानि राचष्टे तनति शुभसन्ततिं श्रुतिमातृण यत्पुंसां ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलं परम् अतिकल्याणरूपत्वात् नित्यकल्याणसंश्रयात् स्मर्तॄणां वरद्वत्पा च ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलं विदुः ओंकारश्चाथ शब्दश्च द्वावेतु ब्रह्मणः पुरा कंठं वित्वा विनिर्जातं तस्मात् मांगलिका उभौ ओम अथा ओम अथा ओम अथा ओम मंगलमस्मद्गुरुणा मंगलमी अस्तु ओम सर्वेषां मंगलं भवतु। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय।